So it is around 10 o'clock on Monday. Last night I ended up watching Game of Thrones. Felt like I got really far ahead on what I needed to get done yesterday. So today I'm expecting, honestly, to be a pretty light day in terms of like what I actually need to get done. So I'll be able to spend a little bit extra time, probably like scouting a couple demos and doing those kinds of things that are a little bit beyond what I had on the list to get accomplished by the end of the day today. Hopefully heading to the gym here in a couple hours. I've got a meeting, internal CLG meeting at 11, which I'm actually looking forward to because I think it's good to have those like status meetings, but especially after that first week when I've kind of been here and observed stuff and have feedback, and I'm sure they'll have feedback for me. So that's going to be that should be good. And last night I watched Game of Thrones, and I watched it when it aired, East Coast time. So at 6 o'clock I went into HBO Go and watched it live, so that I didn't have to not do anything, like avoid all social media for 3 hours and then watch it when it aired here at 9. So I didn't want to have to do that, the whole East Coast versus West Coast time. And in that, I messaged Benita from our CLG Red team, from the female team, and I was very bored, and so I went over to the main house. I was kind of getting a little stir crazy because I've been in this room for a lot of the day yesterday, and so I wanted to go out. So I went to the main house for dinner, and was hoping there'd be some people there. Maybe people would be like organizing to watch Game of Thrones or to go out or to go do something. And I get there and it's me and the two chefs, and that was it. Like it was a ghost town. And they, the food was really good, and I got to hang out with them for probably 40 minutes or so. And I messaged some of the guys, and I think a couple of them were out. So I was like, okay. I messaged Benita from our female CSGO team, and I was like, hey, are you ladies doing anything tonight? And she's like, no, what's up? And I was like, no, I'm just getting a little stir crazy sitting in this room. And her response was, huh? And I was like, your confusion is confusing me. I didn't understand what part of that was confusing to her. And I was like, oh, I'm bored sitting in the staff condos and was trying to see if anyone's doing anything. And then she didn't respond after that. I just thought it's kind of one of those silly things that was funny. So I'm pretty much set for my meeting. So I'm probably just gonna hang out, maybe read a little bit or something until my meeting at 11. And then I think after the meeting, right to the gym, come back, shower, change, and then maybe do like a quick grocery shop just to re-up on stuff that I've used throughout the week. And guys have an off day today. Skusta's flying in, so not heading over there today. Probably be another day where I get a little bit stir crazy sitting in this room. We'll see. So what I'm about to say will probably mind boggle some people, especially anyone that's worked in the corporate America world. And so what I have to say is I actually enjoy meetings. And I don't enjoy non-productive meetings or meetings that have like no purpose to them. But when there's a meeting on an issue or to share ideas or discuss strategy, I like meetings, and I think I do well in meetings. What kind of put this top of mind is that I've had meetings, a lot of meetings today. I had one internally this morning and a few others since then, and I think they all went well. They were all productive. They all ended with some sort of actionable item. And while it is certainly something that takes up time, I actually enjoyed them and felt good about them. So I had to type up my notes from one of the meetings, and I just shared that with some of the people internally at CLG, and I'll wait to see what comes back and take action based upon that. And the rest of the day, I have to send over the schedule that we'll be using for the boot camp starting tomorrow. We're going to head over to the team house the main house in about an hour and a half to get dinner. And I expect tonight will be pretty quiet, and tomorrow will be pretty grueling, because tomorrow's day one of the boot camp, and so everyone's got to get their schedule set and make sure that we're putting in the work leading up to DreamHack Montreal. It is closing out the night for me right now. It's pretty late. I think I'm finally fully adjusted to the West Coast time difference. For the first 4 or 5 days, when it was getting 9, 10 o'clock, where my body was basically thinking like, okay, it's midnight or 1 o'clock. Why are you still awake? I was dragging. Now it's actually pretty late, so I feel like my body is finally adjusted to the time zone change. Kusta should be landing and arriving at the team house if he hasn't already. And I'm probably going to get to bed here in a minute so that I get up tomorrow and have, a good night's sleep behind me, that I'm refreshed and ready to get to work, because it's going to be a long day. Tomorrow's day 1 of boot camp with all 5 players. So excited, eager, anxious, looking forward to it. I imagine these vlogs are going to come out at random times. I had been, while home, very good about getting them out roughly the same time every day, but depending on like what time I get up, what I have to get done in the morning, if there's any reports or administrative stuff I have to do, if there's stuff for the gym, and like what I have to cook for food, plus like all the other things that go on in my life and my job are all going to take priority. So there's a chance, I think I should still be able to do like every day, but the time that they come out, like they might come out at the very end of the day. It's going to be a bit of a hodgepodge, and I think over time I might transition from doing every day, now that I've proven that I can do every day, like as a habit thing. I think it might transition to maybe like better, longer content, maybe 20 minutes, and it's like 5 days instead of 1 day. I'm not sure. I would actually love it if you guys could leave me some feedback in the comments as to what your preference would be, because I know in looking at the analytics, there's a portion of you that literally watch every episode, and that's awesome. But I know that most people probably won't do that, and now that my time is being spent and prioritized on other things that are very time consuming, I'm not going to be able to be as free and long and creative with some of the content here in the vlog. So let me know in the comments what do you think would be best, if it would be like once a week, a couple times a month. Would love to hear your feedback. So please leave a comment, let me know.